Oh, I've lost so many of my brain cells I can never get back just from watching Krystal open her mouth. Hey guys, what's up? I'm back to do the second episode Bachelor recap. This episode was insane for a variety of reasons. I just want to dive on into it. I need to discuss it. Granted, when I watched the episode with my roommates, I was definitely under the influence. So I had to like re-jog my memory a little bit. So if I failed to mention something, just like talk about it in the comments because like I'm sure I have 2 cents on it. But I'm trying to remember as much as I can without having to re-watch the whole fucking episode because it's like 2 hours long. But I think with my notes, I have like the main things covered. And honestly, I'm always going to watch The Bachelor a little under the influence because that's my preference. So, rip the bong, get a glass of wine, crack open a beer, take a pull of vodka, whatever the fuck you need to get into the Bachelor spirit, okay? Because we gonna rehash this bullshit right the fuck now. Starting off with the first one-on-one date. Becca got it. Not that surprising because she's obviously going to be a top-running first contender throughout the entire season. What I have to say about her date, though, is that besides the fact it was fucking amazing, like so exquisite, so extravagant, she got to meet Rachel Zoe, y'all. I like freaked out, like I collapsed when Rachel Zoe was on the screen and my roommates didn't even know who the fuck she was. I died. I used to watch the Rachel Zoe show on Bravo. I follow her on Instagram. Like I have been a fan of Rachel Zoe since long before she even had her first son, and now she has 2 of them. So like I fucking know, okay? If I was on the show, I would piss myself to get to go on that date. But usually on The Bachelor, they do like one extravagant date like per season, like something where the girl gets to keep something expensive. Or I remember one season, a guy took a girl on a full-blown shopping spree. Even just last season with Rachel as the Bachelorette, she took Brian to get like some nice-ass watch just because usually they tend to like spoil the woman or man that seems to be like in the top 2, except it doesn't really make sense because it's literally the first real episode of the season, so like we're not supposed to know yet who we really like. So I just thought it was weird to put the like very elaborate, expensive, you can have whatever you want date as like the first thing. I definitely think though that adds to the drama because it instantly makes every other girl scared of Becca if Ari's already choosing her to be the one that gets these like fucking nice ass free Louboutins, okay? Like I don't know about you, but I will never, ever just have $1,000 to spend on shoes. Becca is a lucky bitch. In my last Bachelor episode recap, I didn't like Becca that much. I knew that she was going to be a top contender because she was like predicted to win on Jimmy Kimmel, blah, blah, blah. I thought she was just a little boring, just like a regular adult, like a very basic, nice lady kind of thing. I totally scratched that. Now, huge fan of Becca. I thought they had incredible chemistry. Like, usually the first few episodes, the first few dates are awkward because, one, you're on a TV show, you're nervous, and you're having to make small talk with this person that, granted, you might not even be attracted to or like, but you gotta keep it up for TV. And I just thought they had amazing chemistry. Like, I felt like I was watching a real couple, like, go on this date and stuff, rather than watching, like, a guy on a dating show taking this girl that he doesn't know that well. I'm a huge fan of her now because it's been the first time in a long time that I've seen a contestant actually have real ass chemistry with the Bachelor, Bachelorette right off the bat, as if they could like actually work out. Not to mention they both have dark ass hair and light as fuck eyes. Like their children would be gorgeous. If you have light eyes and dark hair, like you are fucking stunning, okay? So Becca currently is in my top 3. I really like her. And because the show is so predictable and so cheesy, when she sat down for the dinner date with Ari in the gown that she picked out, my roommates go, oh, where's the jewelry? Where's the jewelry that she gets to wear? And I was like, oh, he's probably gonna come up behind her and like put it on her neck or something. And then, drum roll please, this fucker puts the shit on her neck. God damn, it's so hard that they can't fuck each other after these dates. Like after all that, boy, you could get a beach for that. Moving on from Becca, the second one-on-one was with Krystal, which again made me want to blow my fucking brains out. I do not see what he sees in her. Like, how the fuck does he not obviously see that her whole facade is 100% bullshit? I just saw a thing on my Instagram Explore page the other day that was like an interview with Krystal, and it was like, haven't you heard? Krystal from The Bachelor ABC said that her voice on the first few episodes was from a cold she was getting over. Bitch, what fucking cold makes you talk like fucking Marilyn Monroe, okay? You ain't her, child, so sit the fuck down. So already, it's aggravating as fuck. Second one-on-one date of all season. You pick one of the top 3 dumbest fucking bitches on the whole show. So she goes on the date, she's like, I'm so fucking fake. The whole fucking time, she says nothing of value, nothing of merit, and then talks about how her life is so shitty because her parents got divorced. I'm sorry, 90% of people nowadays, parents are divorced. Like, can you please bring some real trauma if you're going to sit here and pull the sympathy card bullshit, okay? I only like the sympathy shit on one-on-one dates if it actually affects your life. Like when Christina was a little fucking Russian orphan or whatever country she was from. Or like when Jubilee's whole family died in Haiti or whatever. Like there have been people with some real life shitty experiences that you feel for them and you want to know more about them. I don't give a fuck that your parents got a divorce. I really don't. But on top of it, he took her to his hometown and to meet his fucking parents. Again, something that you do way later in the season, so I don't know why they're doing these kinds of dates in the beginning, but all it shows is that he's very interested in Krystal, and it makes all the other girls feel threatened because she already got to meet his parents and see where he grew up. The fact that of all the women he could have chose to meet his parents, he chose this girl, and he literally said that he wanted to bring her because that is the kind of girl his mom would like and would make the mom feel more comfortable about the show in the process. Krystal is the type of woman that your mom likes? Are you fucking kidding? Like, is your mom just as vapid or is your mom on crack? Like, let me the fuck know, because if the only girl of all the amazing, beautiful, intelligent women you could choose for your mom to feel secure is the dumbest one of them all, then your mom is someone that clearly just cares about looks and shit. Like, I don't know what you were trying to do by saying that's the woman that should meet your mother. Ugh. I know I'm being a hater right now, but Krystal can literally lick my asshole. I think she's horrible. And again, she said nothing of importance or value. When they were looking through the scrapbook and he mentioned that his like grandpa had died or something, and he was like, yeah, he was a great man, like really looked up to him. She literally did this. What the fuck? Aren't you like a life training, be happy, positivity coach? Bitch, isn't that your like fucking job? And you don't even know how to like be genuinely sympathetic when someone who is much smarter than you is trying to explain to you like how their grandpa died and how that affected them, and you're just being like, It made me respect Ari a little less, that that's who he chose to meet his parents, and he obviously likes her. Like, he gave her the rose, he seems to really enjoy her, which means he can't see through her bullshit, which means he's a little fucking stupid. He's definitely thinking with this head, not this head in this sense, okay? She's attractive. He's just thinking, I just want to fuck this girl and watch her titties bounce while she just coos to me in her weird smitten kitten voice, okay? That's all he's wanting. He's just thinking about fucking her. So I just kind of, I like Ari. I think he's a good person. But I just don't think it was the move, man. I don't think it was the move. I also just have to point out that Krystal says like more than any person I've ever met in the real world. We literally turned the subtitles on while we were watching it to be able to pay attention better, and every time she said like, they put it in the subtitles. Literally, there was one point where she was like, and then my heart was like shattered. Oh, I've lost so many of my brain cells I can never get back just from watching Krystal open her mouth. Now let's talk about the group date. Group dates over the first few episodes are always amazing because it's a whole bunch of women that are just gonna fight with each other and get drunk and cause problems. Their date was to get in these weird little cars and like hit each other and run over barrels in like this big field of sand, basically. I don't know, not that interesting. I would not find this fun at all, but you know, for shits and gigs, you can get in the car and run into some things at what, like 15 miles per hour? Like, nothing's going to happen. Annalise, I have liked her. I did like her. I'm sure I'm still going to like her. She can recover after this, but after the whole bumper car cry fest, oh, I don't know if this makes me a horrible person, but I just can't take it seriously. Like, she was acting like she was traumatized, and I was expecting her to say that she knew someone that died in a car crash, or she knew someone who used to race cars and the car flipped and caught on fire. Like, you know, something actually very scary. And all she had to say was that when she was little, she was trapped on a bumper car course with all the cars hitting her. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to, like, you know, everyone's experiences are different. You're allowed to be traumatized by what you're traumatized by. You know, shit happens, especially when you're little, but like, dear God, you are crying saying that you can't do something because of a bumper car trauma. I'm sorry, call me a fucking bitch. I don't think I've ever laughed so fucking hard at a girl's sob story on The Bachelor ever in my entire fucking life. Suck it the fuck up if you want to stay on a nationally televised TV show. Get in the fucking car, take a hit to your brain and your ego, and move on. As stupid as the day was, and as stupid as Annalise's meltdown was, at the end of it all that really matters is who got the fucking rose. Cian got the rose, ecstatic about it. Okay, I have literally never girl crushed so hard on a girl that's a contestant on The Bachelor, and I've been watching The Bachelor for like 6 or 7 years, y'all. I have never girl crushed this hard on a girl as I do on Cian. I think she's so beautiful, it's stupid. Like, her face is so perfect, and her teeth, holy shit, every single tooth, perfect. Her skin, her complexion, flawless. Her hair, her body, oh my fucking God. Like, I want to be The Bachelor just so I can pick and fuck and marry Cian, okay? She's fucking perfect. And when she was talking to him, when they like had their little time to talk during the group date, you know, everything she says is so fucking smart. Like, does this bitch have a PhD? Like, holy shit, I want to speak like Cian. Like, she just talks like, ooh, she could tell me anything, I believe it, because that is how poised and elegant this woman is. I really hope she makes it far, literally because I just want to listen to her talk and stare at her face. Like, I was literally heavy mouth breathing every time they closed up on her face because it's so fucking perfect. How does someone look that fucking good? Meanwhile, I'm over here looking like a fucking Olive Garden breadstick. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about how Krystal, who is a huge dumb bitch whore cunt face, thought that it was an okay idea to interrupt other people during the cocktail party before the rose ceremony to keep talking to him. Like, what the fuck? Like, even if you've never watched the show before, it should just be common sense that once you have the rose, that means you're safe, and you just fucking mind your business, okay? Just fucking shut the fuck up, sit down, walk away, just get out of the fucking room. And so she fucking interrupts someone or steals time from him or something, which is already fucking weird, and everyone's like, hey, don't do that, girl, don't do that, you about to piss off a bunch of bitches. And then she was like, okay. And then Bibiana went to go speak to him, and then she interrupted. And granted, Bibiana is a little aggressive, she can be a little ratchet, but I love the fact that she called Krystal the fuck out and was like, until you talk to me in a normal tone of voice, I'm not taking you seriously because you are full of shit. To Bibiana, I say thank you for at least being real enough to call her out on her dumb shit. But it's just so mind-blowing. Like, how the fuck? Like, what makes you think that's a good idea? Like, I genuinely don't know if it's her trying to be a villain for TV, just trying to ruffle feathers, just trying to be a huge fucking sack of shit just for ratings, or if she's actually stupid enough to not understand why that's not okay and why that's rude and why that's frowned upon and why that's basically a rule of the show to not fucking do that. I don't know which it is. You could even tell that when she interrupted Bibiana to talk to Ari again, Ari was like, so, like, what are you doing? Basically, and she was like, you know, like, now that I have this rose, I know you really like me enough to give me a rose, I just think we really need to keep working on our connection. Bitch, it's week 1. You'll have time to work on the connection, but I hope even this tiny thing was enough to show Ari that this girl is a literal dumbass. Either that or she's a bitch. No looks can get you far enough when you are Krystal, okay? And I hope Ari realizes that soon, or else my respect for Ari is going to drop by 10% every fucking week. Something else I just want to mention is how if you are not selected for a one-on-one and you are not selected for the group date one week, like when there's a lot of girls, as this episode, there were 2 girls I think left that didn't get either of those things, it's like a battle for the death. Like, if you are not selected, you basically know you're on the chopping block. Like, it's kind of a rule without being a rule that if you're not selected, that means Ari doesn't really give a fuck. His penis isn't wanting you. His intellect isn't wanting you either. It's looking really bleak for you. So I just wanted to mention that. Does anyone else agree with that? I think I interpret it as like you are legitimately on the chopping block and you better hustle. You better steal him first at that cocktail party. You better make out with him. You better do some really, really fucking fantastic, impressive things with your tongue to his tonsils, okay? Or else you's gone, bitch. You's basically already gone. Your foot already halfway out the door. And to conclude, speaking of bitches whose feet are halfway out the door, I don't even remember who got voted off, but that one girl, what was her name? Jenny? I don't even know. I had to Google that. I don't remember who she was. She's that irrelevant. She walks off in a little hissy fit, pouty fuck like freaking out like she's so sad. So then Ari goes after her to be like, okay, like why are you so sad? Because I don't even know your name. And she's just like, can we talk about it? And he's like, yeah, like sorry, I just didn't feel the connection with you. Jenny. Sorry about it. And then she is like so embarrassed that she's been kicked off of national television because clearly she thinks she's the hottest girl on this show, even though, honey, no one even knows your name. She literally had the motherfucking audacity to say that she's not sad about him. She's sad about leaving her new friends. Wow. Way to go out as being the biggest cunt to ever exit on national TV. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then she proceeded to tell the cameras about how she's never been dumped before, and like, basically she thinks she's so hot and that she doesn't deserve this. Bitch, the fact that you just said that you've never been dumped before, and the fact that you had the balls to say to a man's face who is very kind, very respectful in his delivery and his execution of you, to tell him that it's not about him, it's just because of his friends. Okay, obviously, even if you didn't like him and you were just here for TV, which you were, don't fucking say that. You are such a fruit bag. Wow, that's the first time I've called someone a fruit bag as an insult. Well, that is going to be my recap of the second episode of the Bachelor Ari season. Please, everyone, weigh in. We need to discuss this shit, okay? I live for Bachelor Nation. My next video is going to be another sex Q&A, but this time it's going to be all questions that have been submitted by men. So I think that'll be very interesting for women, and it'll be a laugh for women and for men. If you watch this, get ready, because I'm gonna fucking educate you. You gonna learn today, boy. Okay, bye, guys.